Hi, welcome to Project Geospatial. I'm Adam Simmons, and we are here at the NGA booth at the GEOINT 2022 Symposium in Denver, Colorado. And I have the pleasure of talking to Rob Shields. You are the Director of Analytic Technologies, is that correct?
That is correct. Yep.
And let's tell me a little bit about yourself, how you got into GEOINT, and we'll go from there.
Well, I've got a good background. I started really at NGA over almost 14, 15 years ago now. Working in CIoT. My background's in engineering. So I worked in CIoT for a good number of years, and then bounced around, went to Source, where I was the technology executive within Source. And most recently, I am now the Director of Analytic Technology within Analysis.
Excellent. So what does that mean, being the Director of Analytic Technologies? What is your roles? What do people come to you for?
Yeah, so I wear a couple hats within NGA. One is the Director of Analytic Technology, and our main job there is we are part of the Integrated Program Office for Analysis Services, so also known as IPA. And really what we do is deliver technology to support the analysts, right? So a number of different services that we provide is analytic services. So think of things like big data processing, making sense of a lot of data. We have exploitation services, so your traditional electronic light tables that the analysts do most of their imagery exploitation off of. We do advanced geospatial services, which looks at a number of different phenomenologies and how we can have interactive exploitation with those phenomenologies. And then last but not least, we do orchestration services, which is really something that brings it all together, really utilizing the entire workflow and enables the analyst to do reporting out and get the good information and intelligence disseminated out to the entire NSG.
So are you the first line before technology reaches the analyst in their workflow? Would you say that?
Yeah, so we are, and really what we provide as part of the IPA is my office is responsible for really guiding and prioritizing, providing the needs to the solution provider so that they can develop the technology. So we do the prioritization, we define the needs, and really work to ensure that the technology that's delivered by the solution providers is something that, from a mission perspective, is something that the analysts are going to be able to receive, utilize, and like.
Oh, that makes sense. You don't want to take a technology and just throw it in their hands, and you're like, well, this doesn't fit in my workflow. You know?
Right.
Well, how am I supposed to use this?
Yeah, so our office is mostly what they call product owners within the agile development terminology.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I got a couple big questions here for you. Let's see here. The first one is, what kind of tools do analysts prefer and why? Yep. And what can you say about that?
Yeah, so from a tools perspective, it is funny because analysts love all different kinds of tools, right? But really, from a commonality perspective, what they really enjoy about tools, first and foremost, easy to use. It's got to be intuitive. And the second big piece about having tools that work is the most successful tools that we deployed are tools that work directly with the analyst workflow. So not a lot of analysts aren't very fond of going outside their workflow to use this tool, and then they got to go outside to use this tool. They want it all in one place where they can do it all in an integrated fashion from start to finish.
As much as we see all this amazing technology on the floor, what impresses me most by going back to the analysts is they seem to care a lot about the things that affect them right in front of them. For example, your data aggregators, your data conditioning things, hey, I just want to convert something. I don't need to do anything else.
Yep.
Things like that. Are you still dealing with that level of simplicity with some of the demands and requirements from just from the front?
Yes. I mean, you mentioned data. Data is a big piece of what we do, right? So
the simple tool, not the complex thing all the time.
Yes. And here, great capabilities provided by a number of different folks. Really cutting edge kind of stuff, and really, yeah. From an analyst perspective, they want the simple things that work and that are dependable and reliable and just easy to use at the end of the day, and that fits right into their workflow. So really, what we've seen here at GEOINT is really helpful is that a lot of these vendors are providing common APIs that plug and play right into the existing tools and workflows of the analysts. So that's really great. So it does get a little exquisite here with all the nice, cool, shiny objects, but a lot of the vendors are really producing those in a way that plugs and plays right into the analyst workflow.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, my second big question here is Vice Admiral Sharp has put a big emphasis on collaboration and innovation at Moonshot Lab imperatives, right? Mm-hmm. So how have you seen this culture change or affect the workflow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one of the other hats that I wear is I am the NGA lead for the Analytic Workflow Modernization Mission Imperative. So there's 4 mission imperatives that support the NGA Moonshot and enable that Moonshot. So Analytic Workflow Modernization is really how you do all those things, right? How you introduce that automation. And really, Analytic Workflow Modernization has two primary objectives. The first and foremost is to increase the speed so that the analysts, one of the things that we find, right, is that the analysts they spend most of their time doing things other than analysis. So think about it, they're doing a lot of research. They're looking through a lot of imagery, trying to find things, right? And then they spend a lot of their time trying to, once they assess that and analyze it and pull it all together, they spend a lot of time pulling together reports and a lot of things that take away from their ability to do the analysis. So one of the focus areas of analytic workflow modernization is really automating and accelerating the speed of all those other rote tasks, right? Which enables the analyst to do really the second objective of AWM, which is really deeper insights. So enabling them to spend more of their time doing the analysis so that they are able to do more forensic kind of analysis where they can look back over years and kind of really pull together an analytic story, pulling together patterns of life, looking at activities and behaviors, objects, relationships, and how all those things come together. So what we've really seen a lot of is in those 2 areas, analysts really starting to adopt and pull into their everyday workflow those things that are really speeding up their capabilities. Things such as computer vision, which is really computer-aided exploitation, which helps them to find objects within imagery so that they don't have to spend all the time doing that, right? And then they can do that analysis. So those are some of the big areas that we've seen. And another one that we're doing really a lot of work in that analysts are really adopting and putting as part of their everyday job is automated reporting. So having automated templates for reporting that automatically compile reports and disseminate those with little to no review based on the analyst's preference.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So with all of this analytic modernization you get to work on, how much is also helping the analysts adapt or adjust for cultural changes based off of traditional workflows? Yeah,
so you can deliver the best technology in the world, but if you don't spend the time with the analysts to help them adopt that technology and they don't understand it, if they're intimidated by it, it's going to sit on the floor and not be utilized. So we spend a lot of time, and we've realized a really good benefit of spending the time with the analysts, understanding their particular mission set, and we do dedicated user engagement sessions with those analysts that last up to 6 weeks long, where we work with them, understand the specifics of their job, and how these capabilities can work within their job. Because every analyst's job is a little different, and you can't just provide an off-the-shelf kind of capability of computer vision here, use it without any instruction and working that adoption piece with the users.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, Rob, is there my last question for you, and it's totally unrelated to everything you've just discussed, but what words of wisdom do you have to inspire a younger generation who are trying to find their careers and perhaps hopefully go into geospatial?
It's an exciting time. That's what I would say is that we are really pushing the envelope on a lot of really cool capabilities. Geospatial and GEOINT is really the theme of the conference is the foundation for all intelligence. It really appeals to a lot of folks in terms of it provides that picture that is worth 1,000 words. And it's a great field to get into, a lot of growth opportunity, and a lot of areas to excel and challenge yourself.
Excellent.
So looking forward to bringing on the best and brightest talent to support the mission and support national security.
And that could be you. Well, thank you, Rob, for joining us and giving us your amazing insights on your job and NGA.
Thanks a lot, Adam. Appreciate
it. Absolutely. This is Adam Simmons. We'll talk to everybody next time.